Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tolu Fafura with World of a Parent short series. We have been taking on the topic managing your anxiety in and post COVID-19 times. And in the past couple of weeks, we've gone through a bit of it. In the beginning, we talked about the general things that have happened, especially in this pandemic period, that could have led people into anxious state of mind. We talked about the COVID-19 itself, and a few other things. And then the last session that we had, we talked about bunching everything up. I identified just 4 parts, but I did say that these 4 parts may not necessarily, cover everything. But if you look at the 4 parts that we identified, which included self, your finances, family, and spiritual, I figured that these 4 parts would kind of be the umbrella of most things that will cause people to get anxious. So last time we talked about self and, people beginning to second guess themselves, talking about the why, talking about the what and if. And today I am going to be talking about financial reasons for anxiety, especially now. Now, I must say to you, I am not a financial expert. So I'm not about to start telling you how to invest your money. I am not an accountant either. One thing I am that we have in common is that I'm a parent and also that I'm a human being, and we all deal with finances all the time. So I am just going to be really practical here about the everyday things that everyday people like you and I go through or think about that could be the reason of anxiety. So to start with, job might be the number one thing. For most people, 95% of people, we have jobs. That doesn't make me feel happy at all, because that means 4 or 5% of the people are the ones that either create the job or have all the money. But this is not to say we're stuck there. Let me not go into that can of worms right now. So talking about job might be a number one reason. A lot of people lost their jobs with this pandemic. A lot of people were furloughed, so they have reduced income. And that takes me to income, the second reason. Income, job, you almost can't even separate both of them. But these are serious deals. For people, it might be the type of job. It might be that they were already at a level in their career about to step up and this whole thing broke loose. It might be that people that have 1, 2, 3 jobs and this is beginning to creep under their skin. Why? Because of income, because of money, because of the amount they will bring home. So job, income, these are the first 2. What about investments? For people that it's not that they have a low income job, or not necessarily that they even have a job or have a bad job. Some people have investments, and now things are so shaky that this could be a big reason for anxiety for them. People that have properties, maybe people that have properties that they are about to sell, maybe people that have properties that now, let's say rental properties, and now their renters are not necessarily paying. Or, what does tomorrow hold when it comes to their investments? We don't know, they don't know. Oh yeah, that's a legit reason to be anxious. What about the economic impact in general on your finances? For people, it's sad but true. A few people have dipped their hands into their savings. Why? Because they have to survive in this time. That could be a reason. And this takes me to another reason: your savings. Too little savings, no savings at all, savings drying up. That could be a reason. What about businesses? A lot of businesses, they are in limbo right now. Some businesses have even concluded that they're folding up, never coming back. Okay? What about partnerships? That could also be another reason. Like I said, I am not trying to break down the finances or, the different businesses, but I'm trying to keep it real and keep it practical, because this is the world we live in, and this is like the day-to-day things that people are involved in. So these things, last but not the least, financial responsibilities. That could be another reason for being anxious. What do I mean by financial responsibilities? Maybe you're responsible for your parents, you're responsible for your children's school, in college, your health even might be a financial responsibility for you, especially, don't get me started about, insurance companies saying you have a pre-existing condition. Let's not even talk about that today. But this is another big reason that you could be anxious. So, having said this, how do we get out of this? Being anxious on a day-to-day basis is not the way to live. It cannot be good for anyone. It cannot be healthy. So how do we get out of this? Well, ultimately, we need to get some financial sense. What do I mean by that? You don't have to go back to school to get a finance degree. Look, pen and paper are your best friends. I just trust me on that. Pen and paper. Let's not begin to talk about softwares and Excel spreadsheets and everything. It could be as simple as that. But for here and now, to help ourselves during this time, especially with the sleepless nights and hyperventilation and palpitations that some of us are having, the first thing is for you to stop. Yes, stop and assess. You need to even identify. Sometimes when we keep everything in our minds, the mumble jumble, the noise is so much that you're not even able to identify the reason you're hyperventilating. So this is my advice. Stop, assess. Assess using pen and paper. It could be, as archaic as that. You have no better best friends right now than your pen and paper. Document, write down those things that are bombarding your mind, because in the noise, in the mumble jumble, all you're going to get is more paralysis of your analysis, not moving forward. Try to declutter your mind, clear your mind as to what exactly the situation is. Once you've done that, once you've been able to identify what it is, then you can begin to look at directions that you want to take and decide on the direction. So decide on the direction you want, the path you want to go through. If it has to do with your job, if it has to do with a financial partner, if it has to do with, the economic impact on you, if it has to do with the savings, if it has to do with your investment, at least you can begin to see clearly and decide on a direction. Once you've decided on the direction, the next thing is to equip yourself for that direction that you've decided on. You need to equip yourself. How do you equip yourself? It depends on what direction you've decided to take. Do you want to look for a job? Have you been out of the job market for so long that you don't know what's going on there? Maybe that's the kind of help you want to get. Is it your business? Do you even know what's going on with businesses out there right now? Maybe you want to start with that. You know what, if you're in the United States, the government has been rolling out some relief packages. Maybe you want to look into that. I'm going to mention two real quick. The PPP, which is the Paycheck Protection Program. This is especially good for small businesses and people that have employees less than 500. And then there's another one. Woohoo! I'm a bit excited about this one. If you're a sole proprietor and you think maybe you just even started your business, there's a grant that is being released right now that you do not have to pay back. It's not a whole lot, but it's something that it might be a starter for even for you right now. And on top of that grant, you have the opportunity to request a small loan. That one is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. You might have heard EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan. You want to go to COVID-19relief.sba.gov. That's if you're in the United States. COVID-19relief.sba.gov. and you can read about it, fill your applications, pretty easy application. So going forward with what we're talking about, equip yourself for success, like I said, in the direction you've chosen. Seek professional help. If you need professional help, seek for help. Don't put it on yourself that you must know it all and do it all. No, especially if it's not your area of expertise. You may need to ask for help. And you know what? Sometimes the help might cost you a little itsy bitsy bit of money. You are talking about your financial life, maybe even future. So maybe it's worth it. And then, after all is said and done, you've gone through all of this, take action. You can't just go through the motions and then sit still. You have to take action. Don't be afraid to take that first step. Take the first step that might lead you into taking the leap that you need into that success. And I want to leave this with you because this is a forum for parents. In case you're wondering, World of a Parent, we're here to equip you to raise well-balanced children without losing focus of your own dreams and goals. And this is why we try to equip parents so that they can be the best they can be. But I want to say this to you, after all is said and done, with this going on right now, don't forget to bring your kids along. This might be the time to equip your children with financial knowledge, with knowledge and all, with everything going on. Let them not be stunned or shocked by this kind of events when it comes to their turn. You may have little children. Start to teach them about savings, about not eating it all, delayed gratification. If you have older children, talk to them. Maybe in seeking help, you may want to either let it trickle down to them or seek the help together. Together we'll get through this. As a parent, I will always offer you this. World of a Parent is here really for you. If you need personal help or you need further help, especially in balancing the act between parenting and managing yourself, you can reach out to us on worldofaparent.com or worldofaparent@gmail.com. You can email me there, or you can reach out to me on any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, World of a Parent. Remember to subscribe to this channel on YouTube, because here we talk with each other, we help each other. Until we speak again, it's me, Tolu, and do take care of yourself.